Hey everybody! I wanted to get on here real quick because I did what I usually do. If I had a good idea and we were riding home from Vogue Knitting, so I made like a graphic to go with my good idea so I wouldn't forget, and I posted it on Facebook, and everybody was really excited about it, which is great. But then everybody had questions, and I of course had no information to follow up because it was like all in my head, and it still mostly is in my head. But I wanted to make this video, one, to let you folks on YouTube know about it, since you probably didn't see the thing on Facebook, unless you are also on our Facebook page. And also, I always feel weird saying our. The reason I say our is not because I'm a weirdo who talks about myself in the third person, but because it's me and my mom and Whitney and Jessica. There's a bunch of us. There's a bunch of us. There's a bunch of people that make Crafty Housewife yarns happen. So that's why I sometimes say our or we or we're. But sorry, that was a tangent. But anyway, so what we're going to do this year, if you remember last year, I did a 12 Days of Christmas thing. I did a 12 Days of Christmas thing last year where I think I got on and sang a stupid song every day, and then we had a different item that was on sale. So that was the idea with the 12 Days of Christmas last year, was it was like a new great sale every day. So this year, instead of doing that, what I thought would be fun, because everybody's doing like little advent calendar things, and I don't know, I'm not saying we won't ever do an advent calendar thing because I love them, but you know, we did not. Hey Gail, doing good, how are you? Didn't have my act together for it this year, so I was like, well, we can just do a sort of the way we did Tour de Fleece, because we had a great time doing Tour de Fleece. We did it on Ravelry as well as in our Facebook group, just depending on where you were at, because I'm on Ravelry, but I'm mainly Facebook because I just don't like the interface on Ravelry so much. So we're going to do it the same way this time, where we'll have it there and here. And the idea, for those of you who are like, I'm in, but what are we doing? Is I'm going to come up with kind of a different, basically every day for 12 days, we're going to spin 1 ounce of yarn. And so, you know, you can spend more than that if you want, but the goal will be at least 1 ounce of yarn that is a different technique. So you're going to end up at the end of it with 12 mini skeins, like maybe one that's, you know, that are all kind of go together but would be a different spinning technique. So, you know, one might have beehives, one might have beads, one might be thread ply, you know, one might be a super simple non-twisty single. So the idea is that you're going to have 12 little mini skeins at the end, and maybe you learned something, because I know a lot of the people that are on this channel, you know, that are on here because they like to learn different techniques. Oh good, I'm glad you think that sounds fun. So that's what we're doing. So it's just kind of a challenge to, one, get you spinning, two, maybe, because if you did the Tour de Fleece thing with us, we had kind of like a week where we did rologs. We had like a week where we did like from a bat. So we're going to do the same kind of challenges, but it's going to be just in a smaller amount over the course of 12 days. And then at the end, you'll have a bunch of cool yarn that my thought was that if they kind of went together, like the yarn, even though they were different styles, that if they were like kind of colors that went together or looked pretty, that you could then maybe make a cool project out of them. Whether you weave or knit or crochet or whatever. Or you can just use them as cute decorations around your house. You could stick them on your Christmas tree. That'd be even cooler. You could, you know, do little mini skeins and stick like a Christmas tree hook thing through them, and you could make Christmas tree decorations. I just thought of that. I think that might be my favorite idea yet. So anyhow, it's going to be fun. And I've already been talking with some of our fiber artists, and we are going to get, it's not mandatory, but you know, for those of you who want things that match and go together, or you just want to be using the same type of fiber that we're using, if you're learning, you know, that might be helpful. I'm talking with some of our fiber artists to get together maybe some special braids and bats and rologs. I will be doing this where you can drop spindle along, so it might be a little bit more challenging on a drop spindle for some of the weeks, but I know there's a lot of spinners that are currently just drop spindling, and I love drop spindling, so we should definitely include the drop spindlers among you. Or if you're not a spinner and you're like, I could get a drop spindle, then, you know, get yourself a drop spindle. And, you know, I know a lady with a course, just saying, and we do have, if you need a drop spindle, if you don't currently drop spindle or you want another one, we do have a few of our drop spindle kits that Unidled Hands has on the Crafty Housewife Yarn site. So they come with like a little poof of Cordell. So if you need a drop spindle, we can help you with that. So anyhow, I think that's it, and I'm sure there'll be prizes, and we'll have a good time. But that's the idea at the moment, and I just wanted to make this video. I'm going to go share it on Facebook, because everybody was like, great, but what are we doing? And that was too much to type, so here we go. So anyhow, that'll start on December 1st. I got to get my act together. We got to dye the fiber and roll the roll logs and, you know, all that good stuff. So anyhow, off to clean the kitchen and then take the kids to jujitsu. Yay! Have a good day.